Hello everyone, this is Priya and today I'll be picking up trigonometry. So let us begin with the introduction to it. So trigonometry, it's that branch of mathematics wherein you'll be studying the relationship between the length and angles of a triangle. So from the definition itself, trigono means triangle and metry means measure. So you're measuring the angles with respect to the sides of the triangle. So let me begin with a very simple topic, that is trigonometric ratio. Alright, so for this we have to consider one right angle triangle. Alright, so let me take a right angle triangle which is right angle. Let's say the triangle names A, B and C and right angled at B. So the side opposite to the right angle would be the hypotenuse. The base will be here and the height will be perpendicular. So now we have studied the trigonometric function, that is sine theta, cos theta and tan theta. Okay, if we are studying this, sine theta is what exactly from here? P by h, that is perpendicular by hypotenuse. Then we come to cos theta, that is b by h, that is base by hypotenuse, and tan theta is, it is sine theta by cos theta, right? That is p by h upon b by h, that is p by b. Now studying the other three trigonometric ratios, those are cosecant theta, then secant theta, and then we have cotangent theta or cot theta, we'll say. So these are exactly the reciprocal of the functions right now we study. So cosec theta is 1 upon sine theta, that is 1 upon p by h. So it becomes h by p, and then 1 cosecant theta 1 by cos theta, so 1 upon b by h. There again becomes h by b, and the last is cot theta, that is 1 by tan theta, that is b by p. We can also remember this table by this method, PBP upon HHB, wherein P by H is sine theta, B by H is cos theta, and P by B is tan theta. And if you reciprocate them, you get the respective function, that is cosecant, secant, and tan theta. So after studying these trigonometric ratios, let us move on to square relations. So let me take you to the next slide. That is square relations. So we majorly witness three square relations in trigonometric ratios. So I'll draw three. So first one is sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Then we have secant square theta minus tan square theta is equal to 1. And we have cosecant square theta minus cot square theta is equal to 1. These are the three square relations we have, from which we can derive any two other, that is, from here, sine square theta would be 1 minus cos square theta, and cos square theta would be 1 minus sine square theta. if we see secant square theta, then it would be 1 minus tan square theta. And if you see, tan square theta would be taking tan that side and bringing 1 here. It will be secant square theta minus 1. Okay, and then we have 2 more from here as well. So cosecant square theta will become 1 minus cot square theta, and cot square theta will become cosecant square theta minus 1. So these are the 3 major relationships from which we can derive 9. Alright, then we'll move to domain of the trigonometric functions. So here I mentioned a table. From here you can check. For sine function, we have domain from -1 to 1. That is, the sine x value will lie between this particular, and the range will be from -π/2 to π/2. I'll explain it with the help of the diagram. I want you guys to go through all these domain, and then let's check graph of trigonometric functions. Right, we have the graphs of trigonometric function, wherein you can see all the functions y is equal to sine x. So if you see, this is a U-shaped graph, and the maximum value it reaches is 1, and the minimum value it gets is -1. So if we move to the previous slide, we can again see that the domain was mentioned as -1 to 1. So the value of sin x will always remain between -1 to 1. If you consider cos x, it goes the same, but it will start from 1, and then the least value it can possess is -1. Alright, if you see the tan theta and cot theta, they'll go to infinity, whereas the cosecant and secant theta also go beyond. So if you see here, the tan theta is -infinity to infinity, whereas the cot theta is also mentioned here. And what you see is for cosecant theta, it will be either less than -1 or greater than 1. Come to the graph again. You can see it is greater than 1 or less than -1 for both cosecant and secant theta. So this is about the domain and the graph of trigonometric function. Alright, then let's move on to the sign of trigonometric function. So you must have seen this table. So it shows the sign of trigonometric function. You know, this is x dash and y dash, and this is the origin. So if we start a trigonometric function, and you know it moves anti-clockwise, so this will be 0 degree, then π/2, pi, 3π/2, or 2π. So the complete circle, or if I write it in the degree form, this is 0 degree, you know this is 90 degree, this is 180 degree from the line itself, this is 270 degree, and it completes the whole circle and becomes 360 degree. Okay, so the trigonometric function have a sign in these, they have a relation in this. So the first quadrant will have all positive. That means all trigonometric functions, sine, cos, tan, cosecant, cot, and secant are positive. If you consider this particular section, that is the second quadrant, here only sine and cosecant is positive. And all the other trigonometric functions will be negative in this particular segment. While if you consider the third quadrant, here only tan theta and cot theta will be positive, and all the other trigonometric functions are negative in the third quadrant. And if you consider the fourth segment, the quadrant, here cos theta and secant theta. We also say this as after school to college. So all positive in first quadrant. Second quadrant will be sine and cosecant, the opposite of positive. 2 is tan and cot positive, and C is fourth quadrant, that is cos and secant positive. I hope you're clear with this part. Then we can move on to the next topic, that is trigonometric ratio. So we have some standard triangle trigonometric ratios. So let us discuss those as well. So this are used majorly: sine theta, cos theta, tan theta. Let us first draw this. So we have a standard table for this. You need to know these values. So sine theta at 0 will be 0. Then we have value 1 by 2, 1 by root 2, root 3 by 2, and 1. If you see here, it is 1. It goes the opposite side. The same line, if you remember. So it will be how much? Root 3 by 2. Then 1 by root 2 remains same. Here 1 by 2, 0. And tan theta will be, tan theta is sine theta by cos theta. So 0 by 1, 0. 1 by 2, 1 by root 3 by 2 will be 1 by root 3. Then this is 1 by root 2 upon 1 by root 2 is 1. Then root 3 by 1, that is root 3 itself. And 1 by 0, so not determined. Okay, and if you see the cosecant theta, then secant theta and cot theta. These are exactly the reciprocal of. So 1 upon 0 will be what? Okay. 1 upon 0 is again not determined. Then 1 upon root 2 is 2. Then here comes root 2. Similarly 2 by root 3. And then 1 upon 1 is 1. If you see 1 upon 1 is 1. Then 2 by root 3. Then 1 by root 2. Oh, sorry, it will be root 2 only. You can make the correction as root 2 only. And then it is 2. And then we have not determined. Okay. Then again, this cot theta is not determined. Okay, something upon 0 will be not determined. This will be root 3. This will be 1. This will be 1 by root 3. And this is also not determined. Okay, let me make the correction. So this is root 2 and then this is 0. This is only root 2 and this function is 0. Okay. So we have studied the standard triangle, trigonometric ratio of standard triangle in the form of a table. Now let's move on to the trigonometric function transition. So you have studied the graph, that is 0, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2. So we have some rules of sine, cos, tan, that the trigonometric functions does not change at 180 plus theta and 360 plus theta. Trigonometric function will not change here. But if we consider 90 or 270 or 3 by 2 also you can say, plus minus theta, then the trigonometric function will transition. That is, sine will change to cos and cos will change to sine theta. Okay, and tan will change to cot theta and cot will change to sine theta. Oh, sorry, cot theta. And then secant theta will change to cosecant theta and cosecant will go back to secant theta. All right. Then we have some signs. So there is some sign rule. I tell you, sine theta. Sorry. Let me go to erase this. Okay. So sine of minus theta will be minus sine theta. Cos of minus theta will be cos theta. Tan of minus theta will be minus tan theta, whereas cosecant minus theta will be minus cosecant theta. Cot minus theta will be minus cot theta, whereas secant minus theta will be secant theta. Apart from these two, all will be negative. One more thing that we need to know is, if the angle is negative, then clockwise, whereas if it is positive, then anti-clockwise. All right, so this is the basic of this chapter, trigonometry. Next lecture we'll start with the formulas. Till then, hope you understand it. Thank you.